What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Brie Amazing, and welcome to episode 1 of my very own podcast, Because Girl, Whet podcast. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm really doing this by myself. I don't know if you guys used to know. I used to have a podcast called Laughing Culture. Shout out to my girl, Mo. And it was a short lived success in my eyes. I feel like we just had different visions of what we wanted to do. And me, I'm like a slow burn, so I was just like dragging my feet on a lot of things. And with her, she would just want to just jump right in, and I was like, oh no. So I just felt like we were just seeing different things. Well, in my eyes, I don't know how she felt about it, but to me, I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then, life was life, and like we were going through our own situations, and it was just like the timing, the scheduling, and what we wanted to do with it, and where she wanted to take it, and when I wanted to take it. I just value my friendship more. So it just never, continued. And I'm okay with that. Like, I love her. She loves me. And I think it was just something that I should have been doing by myself in the beginning because I just felt like me, I'm always relying on somebody else. And it's just like, no, girl, you can do it. You went to school for this. Like, you can do it. Like, it's fine. But anyways, like I'm so excited. And I just like I thought of because girl what? Because it's like I just wanted to be about, you know, a podcast where you could have your relatable moments, your funny moments, your real moments, and it just like girl talk, and it just you can leave be like, girl what? But then you be like, okay, I get it. So, it's going to be some real life situations. It's going to be situations that I've seen other people deal with, not putting people's business out like that, but it's just like stories I've heard and stuff like that. And just like, it can be very therapeutic. It's going to be times where I'm probably like reading a situation that I went through and I might check myself, like, who knows? But I'm excited. And this is episode 1 of Because Girl What? And this episode, I call it Protective or Judgmental, walking the fine line in a friendship. So, this episode is going to be about me personally, about me being protective over my family, my friends, and just other situations. So, basically, it's going to be like, do you are you being protective or are you being judgmental? It's like a fine line with your friendship. So basically, it was a I'll tell you a story to start it off. So basically, I'm friends with this girl. I'm still friends with this girl now. I'm not going to say her name, but I'm pretty sure when she hears this episode, she's going to know who I'm talking about. And I love you, so don't be mad at me. Sweet girl, sweetest girl I've ever met. She's a good friend. Like if I call her like, "Hey, I need you." Even if she can't get to me, she's going to figure out how to help me in the best possible way. The sweetest person ever. She's an excellent mom and everything. So she was dating this guy. And me, like, I always put my friends on pedestals. So or I always be like, my friends is bad bitches. Like, don't fuck with my friends. Like, they're up here, you're down here. And that I just think of the world of my friends. So once you get to know me, like once we're friends, like we're friends. Like you're stuck with me. No, I'm saying, but once I see like the goodness in you and I know what type of person you are, like I'm very protective over you. So anyway, she was dating this guy. And like the thing she would tell me about him, I was like, okay. So I wouldn't say anything at first. But when I used to get the phone calls of her crying and like, oh, he did this and or he did that, like I would get mad. Like I'd be ready to fight. Like me, like I'd be ready to get in the field. And I'd be like, he's a bum. Fuck him. He ain't got no money. Like, excuse my language, but he ain't got no money. He this, and that's like, why are you like? You can hear my club like, why are you dealing with this and da 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 like, and I think more and more like I kept inserting myself, but then I started realizing more and more, she kept declining herself. Like, it was to the point where, like, we would talk all the time. I would see her all the time. It's to the point where it was like, hey, what you doing? Or, I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, you good? Or when we talk, I realized she didn't mention him as much anymore. But I knew she was still messing with him. So I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, like, is it me? Like, she's not. Because then I would hear, like, these other situations from other, like, other individual, but like, yeah, she went through this and this and this. I'm like, well, dang, she didn't tell me that. So I was like, maybe I need to back up. And I took a reality check and I checked myself. And then I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I don't want you to ever feel like you can't come to me about anything. I do apologize if, I said some things that maybe were offensive, or I've said some things that you probably didn't want to hear at the moment. You just wanted to vent, and I'm just giving unwanted opinions. Like, but you have to realize what type of person I am. Like, I am the type of person that I want to see all my friends win. I want them to, I feel like all my friends deserve the best love in the world. But I have to realize that you have to, you know what I'm saying? That's your business. It's not mine. And I have to stop inserting myself. And she was like, I really appreciate that. And she accepted my apology, and it was, and, I just wouldn't say anything. I would just be a listening ear. Now, I am not the type of friend who's going to be like, oh, yeah, girl, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, like, I'm not that friend, because I don't want to see you keep getting, now, if you keep getting hurt, I'm going to be like, hey, all right now, like, but I'm starting to learn, like, boundaries, and I'm starting to, learn sometimes my opinion is not always needed. So, you know, I was always thinking to myself, like, for this episode, when I was writing this down, I was thinking about that story. I just want to briefly touch on, like, sometimes can that protectiveness can be perceived as judgmental. So I was like, well, maybe she just felt like I was judging her, but I really wasn't. I just know that you deserve better. But if you think that's what you deserve, like, I'm all for it. Like, I'm not the type of person I'm gonna be rude to be like, why you bring this bum ass nigga? Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna ride with you. It's just like me, I just have to learn how to stop inserting myself in it, or just being so passionate about it when I know she's not over the situation. So yeah, so with that, I want to ask the question, like, how can we care deeply about our friends without crossing boundaries? So that is a really good question. Like, how do I be there for my friend, but also have a boundary where I'm not being disrespectful or come off as being judgmental? So I first want to start off with why we put friends on a pedestal. Me, I feel like I put my friends on a pedestal is because I see the greatness in them. I see the beauty in them. I see the drive in them, the hustle, the motive. Like, I just love my friends. Like, I love them so much. Like, I go to bat for my friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be there for my friends. Like, do I feel like sometimes I get that same energy with some of my friends? No. But that's not my fault. That's just how I am. Like, I can't expect everybody to be like me. But I put my friends, like, on a high pedestal. Like, ain't nobody fucking with my friends. So I feel like with me, when I put them on a pedestal, I want to discuss, like, the root of, like, my protectiveness of them. I just feel like I have a fear of seeing them hurt, because when my friends hurt, like, I don't know if I'm an empath or anything, like, I feel the hurt, or I hate seeing them go through that because I know they're worth so much more. You know what I'm saying? So when I see some of my friends go through certain situations, like with relationships or other friendships, or whatever they're going through in their life, I'd be like, I just want to be like, girl, or even boy, like, you know, you don't have to go through this, right? But I'd be like, I don't know, like, I'm just very passionate when it comes to being there for them. And then, you know, I have high expectations with them, and sometimes it comes for like I admire like the person they are, or I admire who the person I can see them become. And sometimes I think like I want to know like why am I like that? Like what's the psychological reason behind that? Is it because I hold them to higher standards? I don't know, but it's crazy because I hold them to a higher standard more than I would for myself. Ooh, let me repeat that. I said I would hold them to a higher standard more than myself. Did I just check myself? Yes, I did. um, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just really checked myself. That's crazy. So the next thing I wrote down, you know, when I was, you know, thinking of ways, you know, of why am I like this, I ran across something about being protective of your friends. And it says when protection feels like criticism. Now, with this, I feel like my sister kind of said something to me. Okay, because my little cousin Marcus, I look at him as my brother, as a little brother that I never had. And because I'm the youngest out of 8. I'm the youngest on my mom's side, and on my dad's kids, I think I'm the youngest. He got a lot of kids, so I'm sorry. And my little cousin Marcus, you know, his mom died at a very young age. I think he was like maybe 8 or 9, and he came to live with me and my grandmother and his dad. And I just took him under my wing and just to watch him grow. And I've just always been protective over him. And sometimes I could be too protective where it can come off as judgy. And it was a situation, I don't know what the situation was. And I was just telling my sister, like, how I was just so frustrated with him. And then she was like, well, Brie, you got to realize, like, I know you care, but sometimes you can come off as kind of judgy. And I was shocked because I was like, me, judgmental? Like, I'm the coolest person on earth. What you mean I'm judgmental? And I had to sit back and I was like, she's right. Like, people are going to make mistakes. Like, people are going to do dumb things. Like, the only thing you could do is be there for them. Give them the advice and be there. But don't be like, reprimand, like, just like, oh, you this, and this, and this, and that. And that's just something that I had to learn. And I kind of backed off. And I mean, certain things I still get on him about. And that's something that I'm working on. Maybe that's why he don't tell me a lot of stuff no more. But yeah, like I started noticing like on certain things, like they'll seem distant or defensive, or ways I knew that it can come off as criticism is I'll always find myself saying like, I just want the best for you, which is true, but it's like, are you saying that because it's like being passive aggressive? Like, it's certain things that I was like, I can see it from both sides. So I found myself not just doing it with my little cousin, with my friends. Like, I would like have a disapproval of their romantic choices or careers or whatever they wanted to do, because I know they're better than that. But it's like, who am I? Like, who are you? Like, I don't have the best rap sheet when it comes to ex-boyfriends. Like, my ex-boyfriends suck. Sorry. But but it's like, I don't know, like I just I just have to check myself sometimes, because I was like, I don't want to come off as being judgy, because, you know, I'm not a judgy person. I just love my friends and I just feel like they deserve more. But sometimes I have to learn to trust them to learn from their mistakes. So it's so I was like, so what are some healthy ways to care for my friends without crossing a boundary? So I was thinking, I was like, maybe I can shift from controlling, being like a controlling, or I won't say I'm a controlling person, but like, oh, well, you need to do this and this and that. But like, instead of saying like, oh, do this or do that, or no, girl, don't do this or do that, I probably need to be supporting. Like, don't be controlling, be supportive. So, like, use active listening instead of giving opinions that wasn't needed, you know what I'm saying? Or ask questions ask questions instead of making statements. Or my favorite that my boss told me, listen to understand, don't listen to respond, if that makes sense. So, and then also I wrote, learning to trust my friend to make their own mistakes and learn from them. And also another healthy way to care for my friends, setting boundaries for myself. And be and to with me, my biggest tip I can probably get to myself is be a supporter, not a savior. So when I wrote that, I was like, ooh, hello. Because I feel like you just want to save everybody. And sometimes you can't save everybody. You got to let people fall, or not saying everything is a failure. Like, you just got to let people go through life decisions on their own, because they're going to have to learn from them and learn how to move from them. The only thing you could do is be there and be a friend and be like, okay, you failed. What we need to do to get you back up, girl? What do you want me to do? Sometimes people, they don't even want you to do anything. They just want you to listen and be a listening ear. Some people might come to you for advice, but some people are like, I just need a vent. Can I vent to you? Sorry. And that's just something I need to work on, because it's like, I need to learn how to sometimes just shut up and listen. Um, so if you're like me, I would just encourage you to listen to your friends, reflect, and adjust your approach on certain things. Now, sometimes in some situations, you be like, okay, bitch, listen. Because it's like, I'm going to let you fall, but I don't want to see you drown. Now, if we're in a situation, where I know, like, okay, girl, or my dude. Now, yeah, but sometimes if it's a situation where I just know you're going through something, and you like really don't know what to do. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to like, okay, do you mind if I, you know, let you know how I truly feel about it? And some of my friends be like, yeah, that's why I came to you, duh, bitch. Like, then, yeah, but it's a lot of certain things. I'm telling y'all, like, y'all can ask my friends, and be like, no, Bree don't play about me. Bree do not play about me. But it's like, sometimes I have to let people go through things alone, and just be the supportive friend and not the savior. And yeah, that's just something that I'm going to work on. I've been working on. And yeah. So, I want to end this podcast with a uplifting thing. I want to say is, to my friends that are listening, I know sometimes we might not see eye to eye, or my family members or my cousins. I know we may not see things eye to eye on certain things, or sometimes you may not feel like you don't want to tell me because you don't want to feel like you let me down, or You think I'm gonna judge you? One thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna judge you. Do we talk shit? Hell yeah. Like, do we have our opinions? Yeah, but I love you to death and I'll go to war for anybody that I love. So, if you're listening to this, I just want to let you know that you don't have to tell me everything. Hey, it's certain things are for certain people, or certain things in a friendship are for certain friends. Like, I get that. But just know that I'm always here. Just know that you don't have to be like, well, I don't want to burden her with my trauma or drama. I'm just one phone call away, y'all, and I love y'all, and I just want the best for y'all. And if you want to egg somebody's car, call me. I'm down. No, I'm just playing. Maybe. But no, like, but yeah, so this felt really good um recording, y'all, and I just want to thank you guys for listening to my first episode. Yay! And I'm excited for many more things to happen. As of right now, I'm just audio, but I'm I'm in a situation where I'm kind of renovating the basement. So until I get like a cute background, it's gonna be just audio for now. But I can't wait to videotape either. I'm doing everything by myself, so y'all gotta bear with me. I'm still nervous. I'm an overthinker, but shout out to my nephew Carter. He like, man, just record it and put it out. Who cares? So that's what I'm going to do. And thank you for listening to my first episode. I know it's going to be some things that I'm going to have to work on, but I'm just happy to do it, and it just felt really good and therapeutic. So stay tuned, guys, for episode 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.